Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel, and I'm your host for LT Productions, and you're watching I Watch You Watch. Merry Christmas Eve to you all. Hopefully, you all are having a great holiday season. If you're not, I just want to let you know that I do love you, and someone is praying for you. And even in this time, be of good cheer. And if you do believe in God, God is not forgotten about you, despite of the feelings that you may be even feeling right now. But we are covering Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is season 5, episode 30. Believe we have one more episode before the reunion. I'm ready for the reunion because I'm ready for some things to just be hashed out. So I got some stuff. Look, I told you guys I had to go episode by episode because there was a lot of social media chatter as to what really went down in Houston. And I'm still lost because some of the stuff that some of these content creators have said was not true. I'm not going to repeat it all, but if you do watch them, then you might understand where I'm coming from. Like, what? This didn't happen this way as you're trying to say it. And y'all, if you want to try to back up stuff by saying, well, that's how they edit it. No, 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 no. Because some of y'all were sure this is what happened. You got good sources and all this good stuff. So, anyways, all right. So we start this episode off with team building, and it's to be with people, try to have people. How did they have it? They wanted to have people, two people. A person is supposed to fall back, and the person behind you is supposed to catch you. They did. Who first? I don't even know who was first, but it was Stormy and Tisha. Tisha was a little bit hesitant, not thinking that Stormy was going to catch her, but she ended up catching her, and Stormy did it. Stormy did it for her, vice versa. Then I don't know why they did this. Mel and also Martell. Mel was there. She didn't trust him whatsoever, and she just fell to the ground on her own in her own way. Martell did it, and Mel was not going to try to catch her. So in the midst of all of this, we do know that Kiki is coming. Kiki comes, and Nell has an announcement to make. She lets them know that Kiki called me on yesterday and said that she wanted to come, and I did it in regards to what she said that she wanted to do. She gave Kiki the floor, and she apologized to Maurice and Kimmy and to also Tisha. She said that I invaded your personal space and I was wrong. And then that was that. Maurice said, I accept your apology. However, it's been over a month and some weeks. And basically, they're like, why didn't you reach out beforehand? Kiki says that because of the stuff that Kimmy had went through, I guess she was ashamed and embarrassed, and that's why she didn't reach out. Weeks prior, we kept seeing her in scenes. I don't want to talk to Tisha. I don't want it. It's over. It's dead. It's whatever. I'll just say it later. But I will say this right now. Kiki, I am disappointed in you. And I have been rooting for you, and I don't see where I can root for you at now. Dead ass. Like, you had the opportunity to rise to the occasion, and to me, you didn't really do it. That's just me. So after this, after she was starting to apologize or whatever, Tisha runs out because she's feeling a lot of emotions. Marcel goes and gets her, and she's like, I just really feel blindsided by this, and it just feels like, why didn't they at least talk to me? I forgot who else came over there, but anyways, Nell went to go talk to her and just say, you know what, I did do this. I didn't know how this was going to be. Oh, she was crying. Nell was crying still out with the group because she could see that she made the mistake of allowing Kiki to come. There's still a lot of emotions that are not there, that are there. That's not conducive to what needs to happen. The tension was there. So Nell starts to cry. She feels a little pressure in regards to it. A lot of people feel like it was production that told her to go on and do it. And I'm trying to figure out, well, I'll say it in a second. I keep going ahead of myself, sorry. So She goes and talks to Tisha. I feel like I was blindsided by this, and you and Mel knew that this was going on, and you didn't even talk to me to know how if I would feel about this whole situation. And Nell said, "It's all me. It's my fault. I went against my intuition. I didn't really know how things stand, but I thought things would possibly work itself out. I'm wrong. I will tell her that she can't stay here." She goes back out there and tells Kiki, because of certain ones being uncomfortable with you, I did it. I said that you could come, but also you're not really welcome here. You can't really stay here. I don't have anything against you, but that's it. And Stormy was like, "Well, she good. She can come stay with me." Da, 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 da. It's like, again, Story is not like you're not the one that got hit. Good that you want to take it for your friend, the only one that you actually get along with, and that's just that. So Kiki was like, "That's no bother. I can stay someplace else." I don't know if it was there, but she ended up saying, "Nobody's going to dictate to me where I could be and it could go." But then you dictated unto yourself when you decided to apologize, and you dictated yourself on when you wanted to actually talk to Nell. So somehow Mel asked a question to Nell about something, but it led Marceau to start asking questions like, "Mel, remember how you felt when other people were being brought around that you weren't comfortable being around?" Da, 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 da. And then Martell jumps into it. What? Say it instead of all this. Because at this point, Marcel and Mel have an agreement about certain things and bringing up Martell and all this other stuff. And everything pivoted to Martell talking about this whole accountability as to the breakdown in their marriage. He says, "I cheated, but Mel cheated too." So they got into this heated argument. Nell, because Martell feels like Nell and Chris have chosen a side and all this good stuff. And Nell is getting heated. She's ready to hit him. She runs away. He says that you guys take her side, and when she has cheated too. Mel brought out receipts. At least she could tell exactly what was going on during the time of anything that was going on in their marriage. 2017, she moved out because she found out concerning him cheating, and she gave specific dates and all that, but I didn't write all that stuff down. She got an apartment. She was ready to divorce him in her mind. They didn't get back together till like somewhere in 2018. Martell calls it cheating. Technically, it is cheating, but y'all weren't still together. And somehow you want to alleviate, and this is your stance at all of this. I don't care how much you get loud and rowdy, da 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 da. It's still to the point, to Ninja, that you cheated. You said the communication was different. You also said the sex was changing. I don't even know if you... The thing is, Martell, we still don't know where the breakdown of everything was, because for the longest time, it's because she wouldn't give you fellatio as the reason why you went seeking someplace else. That's what you said. Then there's other times where she would go to hotel rooms with his approval, saying that she needs downtime, she needs me time, being a mother. She had, 3 children already? Approved time away. And now you're using these as excuses to be a jackass and just don't want to really take accountability and keep it there. Stormy was like, "You cheated first, right?" "Yeah, but you just..." I am over Martell. I had hope at one point that he would turn things around. Not even as far as getting back with Melody, but just being a civilized person to where they can actually get along. But you're just stuck in your narcissistic way, as Nell already said in this episode. You're wrong. Wrong as 2 left shoes on your feet. And that's just that. I can't excuse Mel, but I frankly just don't care. A lot of stuff happened in the marriage. And there was a downward spiral that can always be linked back to you cheating. They finally move on from there, and they're going to go horseback riding. This horseback rider is a dual partnership. Both do the horseback riding, but there's also a psychotherapist. I think that's what it was. So anyways, they figure that out. They do couples counseling. And Mel was like, hold up. I thought we were just going to be horseback riding. No, there's going to be a group therapy session. So, as everyone's getting their horses. Oh. Let me back up. Because Tisha did feel a certain way and thinking that Mel had something to do with it, Marcel ended up telling Mel about that. And then Mel said, oh, no, that's not what happened. I didn't know that she was coming. So Mel goes and talks to Tisha. She said that me and Kiki talked 2 weeks ago. I brought up that there was a trip as far as how was your day, how was the day going, and this is what's going on. And Kiki said that she was willing to apologize. And I think that is very convenient for you, Kiki. When it's time to do a group thing, you're now willing to apologize, even though weeks ago you had nothing for her. You could apologize back in Huntsville, but you didn't even do that. I think you knew you weren't in that many more scenes. Nobody was filming with you. And you said, I got to get some camera time. And I don't want to feel like I'm being ostracized out of the group. But you felt fine as long as you had Stormy. Then you had a little side story going on with Tiffany until Tiffany bowed out. That's what it's looking like, Kiki. And I was rooting for you, and it don't look good for you. But I'm not even at the worst part, that now there's something that's just pissed me off concerning you. So Mel says, no, that wasn't it. I did not know. Nell did not tell me that she was coming. None of that. Now, I can't even address what the YouTube streets were saying because it's totally different to what was going on. And it's even totally different to what Kiki had been saying in some of her lives. So they're trying out the horses and all that. Kimmy was anxious and kind of stressed out. The therapist noticed that and she stayed around. And basically she was just saying how stressed she was. She also asked about the group dynamic and how do you think that they'll handle any type of therapy? Because a lot of them talk but don't even listen to each other. I am the most proud of Mel, Tisha, and also Marcel. Marcel was actually wanting to admit that he chose Martel's side automatically on some petty-ish. I think that that's the most honest thing that these folks have said. We've been seeing all this stuff going on for years. It was like, what the crap? Like, I wasn't on Mel's side, but it's like, y'all acting like you're mutual, but you're not. And then it kind of put Mel in this corner, and Mel didn't want to talk to nobody because she knew what was going on, even though Martel was saying, no. Mel knew that Martel was trying to ostracize her out of the group. And these folks decided to be grown. And I commend them. I commend them on communicating. I'm glad that they don't live in assumption and then being petty back and acting funny and saying stuff to other people to be shady. No, Tisha didn't go to her. Tisha was still upset. But Mel said, hey, let me take the step and let me just clear my name. No, that's not it. So I commend them. I really do commend them. So horseback riding. They did the horseback riding, and you can see all the shots of the scenery, which was very beautiful and vivid. It almost reminded me of some of the scenery that we saw in Love and Marriage Detroit on the first episode when they went to the wine area. Shout out to Love and Marriage Detroit, which got renewed for another season. What was I going to say? So, it's nighttime, and now everyone's around, and the group starts talking about certain things. A lot has to do with this whole Kiki thing. Stormy speaks up for Keisha, said, we know what she did, and we know that it was wrong, but I don't think that it's right to ostracize anyone, blah, 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 blah. Honestly, Stormy, Kiki did it to herself. You want to speak up for her because you have a connection with her. Nobody's ostracized you, even though you act funny in scenes. You haven't done anything as heinous as Kiki. She assaulted her cousin. No matter how y'all want to look at it, she has assaulted her cousin. Mel and Tisha, they just talked about how they are communicating different and actually growing. And Nell ended up saying that this took time. Marcel and Tisha are not in a place. They still keep the door open because of love, but now they don't want to do it because of all the things. Now, Kiki's in her confessional talking about, Nobody really knows the dynamic of our relationship and the buildup. Nobody knows what they have done to me. As of yet, Kiki, you don't say what was done to you, even though you try to defend yourself. That type of ish is crazy. It's just like last season, we really didn't know what y'all was talking about. Y'all were talking in code, and then you finally told us because you said basically that Marcel was forcing your hand about you having a pill addiction. In season 5, everything started opening up. You start saying certain things that you probably now would not say if you really was able to catch yourself. So she said, it's been a buildup. It's been a buildup. All I can go is say, okay, because you're not telling me what they did to you. So then at the end, she says, I apologize for what I did to Tisha, but I'm not sorry for what I did. Basically, I meant it. I meant to assault my cousin. And you're going to blame it upon years of pileup. And that is trash. Why did you apologize? And that's right there. I'm at the end of the road with Kiki. I don't know how you're going to redeem yourself. I'm going to see what you do during this reunion. But ma'am, again, you've done this to yourself. And I don't know. I don't know how many scenes you're going to do with Stormy, but that's all you do have. You're not close to Kimmy and all them. You're not even close with Nell and them. And I think that most of this group is trying to do right at this point. And you come in here, and the only thing that you had to offer to us is Marcel is cheating. If Tiffany wasn't around, you wouldn't have had nothing. You guys all called her being a colorist and all this good stuff. Whatever. Tiffany. Whatever. That's the only other thing that she had going on. Tiffany didn't bow out. Who's going to really want to be around you? I guess you got Mel too, who will film with you. But these are all one-on-one scenes. What are you going to do within the group? So there was this question asked, how long would it take for you to forgive someone, or if you if ever could forgive someone? Considering Kiki, who did the function right after she was proud of what she did and took as much time when it was convenient for her to come back to apologize, never. You have every excuse and lie as to why you do what you do. And I don't like that for you, Kiki. I still want to see what you do at this reunion, but I don't see you saving yourself. I don't care how many lives you do, how many interviews you do. You said what you said. And how many people want to blame editing? You said what you said. That's all I do have. Please leave your comments below. This may not have been favorable for who you like, but I never thought I would be defending the Scotts. I have to because I don't like them. But I got to speak what is right. And Kiki, you're dead wrong. No matter who's coming to your defense. And you don't really want to take accountability. And I don't like that. But please like this video. Also subscribe to my channel. You can share this video and leave your comments below. Until the next one, peace.